Hello people of the internet. I've got some light blue from L'Oreal Colorista, and I've got a soft pink color from Joico. There are a couple others that might come into play here. I do have some rose gold that's kind of like a peachy sort of shade, and I do have some purple. So I'm not too sure if these two are gonna enter the scene or not, so I'm gonna leave them in their boxes just in case I don't use them. Just to give you like a quick little hair tour here, there is still quite a bit of pink. A little while ago, I learned about something called Pintura coloring, which is basically, rather than having your hairdresser like just slicing random or like slicing sections of hair and putting foils in it, you go into the salon with your hair kind of naturally curly the way it would be, and then going off of your natural texture, she will hand paint in some highlights. So we're not doing any highlighting or bleaching here. We're just gonna add some pink and purple and blue and peachy hair dye. And then the plan is to work section by section and to do like each kind of like curl clump is going to be its own color. And the hope is that because there will be different colors all throughout, the contrast will actually kind of show off my curls a little bit better. Because sometimes when you wear your hair naturally curly, these fun hair colors don't look as cool. So I wanted to try that. Oh, and I'm going on a cruise in like, oh god, exactly a week. Yikes. So I wanted to have like some fun mermaidy hair for my cruise. So that's what we're doing. So here's the blue. Now my hairdresser has warned me to stop coloring my hair blue because the yellow undertones in my hair can make blue and green go kind of like grossly green. But also I don't like to listen, so, and I already had some blue dye, so like I'll listen to my hairdresser's suggestions once I'm out of hair color, but I'm gonna use what I got, and there are some fun colors. But as you can see, this blue has like a very kind of like purple undertone, so I'm hoping that this won't go greeny at all, but that the purple will cancel the yellow and we'll just be left with like kind of a blue. So here's our soft pink. Ooh, it's like very corally looking. Interesting. Good. Okay, we love that. Now, I do have this left over from a previous hair coloring video. From what I remember, it was a little too bright, but I kind of wanted a few bright pops of color, so I'm gonna dilute it a little bit with some of the soft pink and see what we get. And then, I don't know what that's gonna look like, but it's gonna be a fun experiment. All right, and we got some kind of looking like this. Maybe like a cooler pink and a warmer pink, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. This is from, this particular color is Clairol Color Crave. This is actually my favorite hair color. It is CG friendly, so it doesn't have any silicones or anything like that, which is kind of nice. The other two are loaded up with silicones, so, but I don't really care about that right now. It's not that big of a deal, but it is nice if you care. So, okay. Color Crave. And I don't know, like, should I mix some blue and pink to end up with like an actual purple color, I wonder? We'd need to get one more mixing bowl. Probably gonna put more pinks and rose golds and that sort of thing up here. So I think if I feel like I need a purple, we'll pull it into the mix later. I think that's gonna be the plan. So I figured before we carried on, I would just give you a little bit of a grand tour. So here's our kind of like bright pink and soft pink mixture. This is just light pink, this is the blue, and this is the rose gold. All right, I've got my beverage. I hope you've got yours. Got my 4 colors, got some brushes. I think we're ready to go. I need to just, nothing left to do but sack up and do it. So let's do it. I've already picked out a color for this one, which is my favorite curl of them all. It's definitely gonna be a challenge to not like cross-contaminate the colors and stuff. That's gonna be a major thing to figure out. I keep using my screen as my mirror. Okay. I think I should separate out a bunch of sections that I want to be one color, and then, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. There goes another goodbye. There goes another goodbye. Wish me away. I don't paycheck on some beat up busted car. To be living on the run. And I go out and break faith in it. Get me far. To be living on the run. Okay, so what I'm basically doing is working section by section. I decided to put more rose gold in this one because there's still some rose gold left over from the last time I colored my hair. So I figured we would just do rose gold on top of rose gold. Or peach. To be living on the run. You know, on the run. But you know, they say, time is a healer. We know, I don't believe in it all. Yeah, you know, they say, time is a healer. You know, I don't believe in it all. Not at all. When the darkness comes, so goes the day. When the darkness comes, it tells me to away. When the darkness comes, take away my pain. I'm down on my knees, I beg. So far, this is a lot more work than I expected, but like I'm having a good time. I'm excited to see how it turns out. The blue is kind of hard to work with, but I wanted to put a couple blue pieces in the top just for like contrast, for contrasting reasons. This really is the end. This is an emergency, my friend. Am I dying? Am I dying on this psychedelic ride? This is an emergency, my friend. Should have back to toothbrush. Put on clean underwear. Now my veins are full of space dust. Ooh, is this oxygen or air? Not going back to work no more. I'm not going back to work no more. I'll send in my old uniform. I'm not going back no more. It's not in my higher plan to work my ass off for the man. I've never been an avid fan of labor. I'll sit right down on the chair and play down to solitaire, cause it's way too goddamn cold out there and I'm not going anywhere. You see, to me, it really is a bore to be a cashier at the store, and I'm not gonna be a corporate whore. No more, no more, no more. Okay, so I seem to be more or less done kind of like my crown area. Cool. I tossed a couple blue in there just to keep her sassy or whatever. I see that so I have developed a bit of a technique of putting the color on the strand, wrapping it around my finger, and then clipping it. Figured that out partway through. Okay, so we gotta figure out this section. It needs my love and attention. All right, well, we'll keep going. Whiskey is not evil when it's sitting on that shelf. Whiskey is not evil when it's sitting on that shelf. I'm as sweet as I can be when I'm all by myself. A shotgun ain't never shot no one when it's hanging on that wall. A shotgun them sugar. Alright, so I'm probably going to start working in slightly bigger sections as we move toward the bottom layers. That was always kind of the plan. Obviously I'm not talking a lot. I'll give you my thoughts tomorrow when we reveal our results. But it's going good. Let's keep going. Where have you gone to? Where have you gone to, lonely eyes? Wandering Ooh, something's coming on me. It's too late, I'm in too deep. Burning me with these eyes. Okay, so we've used up the one with all the bright, leftover bright pink. I'm going to make a bit of purple, because I want purple. You're sure pretty, like to run away with you. You're sure pretty, don't think 'cause there's nothing things through. Ooh. Trying to figure out what to do now. So we've got this part. I'd like to start working in bigger sections so that this doesn't take till I die of old age, but it's hard because I have a lot of definition on the bottom, so I kind of want to like play with it. Oh, good things take their time. I think it's time to use up the rose gold. Don't want too much rose gold at the bottom. Wanted it more at the top, so I think that's the direction we should go in. Well, the run's deep, there's run dry. I'm on the road and I can't go to sleep and I've been drunk for a weekend. The run's deep, has run dry. So, okay, little advice about this. I would never attempt this kind of a hair color plan with colors that don't all go well together. So the only ones that are iffy are the kind of orangey peachy rose gold and the blue. So I'm not putting them together. So if I see a blue section, I'm putting pink beside it just because I know they're gonna touch each other and like cross-contaminate. So this will keep it from going terribly and horribly wrong, is the hope anyway. One of the problems with not working in sections is you have like little baby hairs that try to like, you know, get in where they don't belong because they are growing close to the action. Seems like a good spot for a purple. Sheba, midnight, Sheba. Whew, okay, we're getting there. So we got lots of it done, just the back kind of bits to go. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fish out a whole bunch of sections that I'm gonna do all one color, do that, wrap them up, clip them, or elastic them or whatever, and it's just gonna be kind of like, kind of layers from there. That's the plan. Watch and see what happens. Somewhere in there. This is gonna be pink. 15 hours in the week. So we're gonna do a bunch of pink and peach, and then we're gonna do some blues and purples. And hopefully that's gonna work. We got it. Oh, this is such a mess. You should see my sink. Turns out that coloring with a lot of different colors is kind of ambitious. I've never done anything quite this involved before, but it's going great. It's gonna look amazing. Ain't it funny, funny about money? What are we gonna do? Ain't it funny? Okay, and now time for blues and purples. Kind of a wild scenario is this. Just to give you a quick tour of how we are doing. This is hilarious, this little doorknob that I've got going on here. But you know, it's probably working better than I think. So little things that ended up working, spiraling it on my finger, clipping it. If you're gonna buy clips, buy colors that would correspond to the colors you're doing, because it is nice to keep track of what color is what. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this on for half an hour, and then I'm gonna rinse it out, and then tomorrow I'll style it and show you my results. I think that's like everything. I'm just gonna go. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Here we are. So it's not the next day. Turns out I'm a big fat liar. But this is what we wound up with. I didn't fully wash the color out the night that I did it. I just kind of rinsed and rinsed and rinsed, deep condition, and then went to bed. So I didn't actually shampoo it or anything like that. So I'll pop in a clip that I did take the day after of how like really bright it was. It was really kind of orangey pink. And since I am going away on a cruise in a couple days, I didn't want my hair to just be like streaming pink and blue color like in the pool and then I get like kicked out or something. So I thought, you know what? Why don't I do like a good like sulfate wash? I don't usually use a shampoo with sulfates, but I decided I would do like a final wash for you curly girls out there. 2 of the 3 colors I used the other night all have dimethicone in them, which is not water soluble, so it would have left some silicone residue on my hair anyway. I don't normally final wash after hair color, but I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be running the whole time, like running with wild colors the whole time I was on vacation. But so let's look at what we got. So here, I'll turn around. My hair is looking a little crazy today. It's been rainy, and I don't know why the 2 like halves of my head, like one half dried like really nicely, and then the other half like what's going on. I don't know why it's like that, but that's curly hair for you. That's what it wants to do right now, so it's fine. But we're not really here to show off our best ever hair day. We're just here to show the colors. So yeah, how did it go? Well, I guess when I was coloring it, I was more parting it on like this side. So let me just get that so that it looks more like what you would expect it to look like. You can see, I know that I did like a little curl in here. It was probably like, yeah, like this one. So that's kind of what the peachy color looked like. Came out a little bit oranger and coraler than I wanted it to, but it's grown on me. I like it a lot now. I'm gonna flip my hair back over though because it looks better this way. But overall, I'm very, very pleased with how this looks. I really like the way that, like this blue curl, the way it just kind of like, it shows off kind of some nice definition. There's a little bit of like dimension going on. So that looks good. At first I kind of regretted that I had put purple on this side because I don't tend to get, I don't have a very good curl pattern on like the side sections of my head. So it kind of felt like I was just accentuating how bad my curl pattern is, but I'm kind of happy with it now. I like it. Let me just take a look at the back so I can show you guys that. So I did do a lot of pink on top, and I did a lot more kind of blues and purples on the underside, just because I thought that that's what would look best. So if I were to wear my hair up, you can see if I kind of start to shake these layers out, that. So you can see that there's some purple there. I think that the purple and the blues look really good. If anyone's curious about what that Colorista blue looks like, if you're gonna dye your hair blue, I so recommend this one. Not for the brand. I actually find that the Coloristas don't last very long. They wash out pretty quickly, so they're not great for longevity, but this is just such a good blue. Like look, it's like a purpley blue or like a silvery type blue. Here's a little bit more of what it would look like. And I just really like that color. You can see that there's like some lighter pink sections. There's some more of those like corally ones from the rose gold. If I were to do this again, I would omit the rose gold or the peach. I would just go with like pink, purple, and blue. I think that throwing an orange factor in there complicates things because if the orange touches the purple or the blue, it's gonna make like a really gross muddy color. It ended up looking good and I'm not mad about it. When I first did it, my husband told me that I look like Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, which we have a running joke that if I was a My Little Pony, I would be Pinkie Pie because we have the same personality. So I'm just living like my best Pinkie Pie life. I don't know if I wound up with mermaid hair like was my plan. I think we've more got like My Little Pony hair, which isn't something you hear much about, but I'm here for it. Other tips that I have, so there was one fallen soldier from this experiment and it was this orange dolphin clip. So RIP my guy. If you're gonna do this, I would definitely recommend going and getting a bunch of clips because obviously I was putting way too much hair in like these tiny little claw clips and so inevitably one of them snapped. And I really like that because I just grabbed like some random big sections, I do think that if I wanted to maintain this color, I think I quite easily could. I don't think it would be that hard to like pull out, you know, this chunk, especially because I followed my natural curl pattern and it really did work because look, like this whole chunk here is like purple and blue. That's the other thing is this experiment totally worked. Like I wondered if I washed my hair, air dried it, and then applied color according to how it dried naturally, is my curl pattern like consistent enough from wash day to wash day that the section that I color, like if I make all one clump blue one day, will that clump always be blue? And the answer is more or less yes. So for anyone, if you're not CG, if you don't have naturally curly hair, if you're not interested, just tune out for a second. But for anybody here who is following the curly girl method, for your FYI, I've been following CG since the beginning of June 2018. It's now the end of September 2019. So it's been a year and 3 months, 15 months since I started, for 16 months or something like that since I started following the method. And I can definitely say that now that my hair has left the transition phase, my curl pattern is very consistent. Like this, like the clumps, they clump together this way naturally and they do around the same thing. I mean, you know, curly hair, it's always a little unpredictable, but it does more or less the same thing. It's predictable enough that you can color according to your natural curl pattern and have that pattern translate from wash day to wash day. It's not just gonna look good one time. So if you do have naturally curly hair, if you do tend to wear it natural all the time or most of the time, if you do at-home color, I do think it's totally worth your while to color according to your regular curl pattern. I feel like this has quite dramatically affected the appearance of my curls. I like how when you look at it, you can see like different curls that are different colors. I like this much better than if I were to just randomly do like a cap or something like that, or whatever you would do at home, you know what I mean? I like this better than like random slices. Someone who's considering getting Pintura highlights, which is where they hand painted in according to your curl pattern, kind of like this, I'm guessing it's ludicrously expensive because it is very labor intensive to do this way. I imagine that if you've been looking into it and you're looking at how much it costs and you're wondering is it worth it, I've never done Pintura highlights, but I can say that just based on this experiment, coloring your hair according to its natural curl pattern is 100% worth it. Oh, I always forget this. So please, subscribe. If this is your first time hitting one of these videos, do subscribe. I have 29 now. Woo! One more subscriber. I have 29 subs. So YouTube, the algorithm is not going to favor me. You know, my upload schedule has not been consistent. So there is like no reason for you to think that you're ever going to see this face again, unless you sub and hit the notification bell. I've given you lots of time, a long reminder. Like, sub, hit the bell, drop me a comment. I read every single one of them. I generally reply to every single one of them. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching whatever this was. And do the things if you want to see more of me doing the things. And until we meet again, have a great day.